right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm here to drop a truth bomb that's going to shake up everything you thought you knew about life. Picture this, it's 1995 and I'm sitting in a penthouse office, Manhattan skyline blazing through the window, millions in the bank, private jet on standby. Sounds like happiness, right? Wrong. I was chasing that warm, fuzzy feeling, parties, cars, the whole deal, and let me tell you, it was like trying to grab smoke. The second you think you've got it, it's gone, and you're left emptier than a bar at closing time. That's when it hit me. Happiness isn't the goal, it's a trap. And today I'm going to show you how to break free and start hunting something real, something solid, something that lasts success.
Let's get real for a second. How many of you are out there chasing happy? You're grinding for that perfect moment, the vacation, the promotion, the Instagram-worthy life, thinking it's going to make you feel whole. But here's the question that'll change everything. What if everything you've been told about happiness is a lie? What if running after those fleeting feelings is stealing your shot at something bigger, something like power, freedom, an empire you can stand on? Happiness is a byproduct, folks, not the prize. It's the cherry on top, not the damn cake. The real game, it's hunting success, building a life that's yours, brick by brick, deal by deal, win by win. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be miserable, but if you're waking up every day chasing a mood, you're setting yourself up to crash. Success, on the other hand, that's tangible. That's the house you own, the business you run, the legacy you leave. It's not about feeling good for a fleeting second. It's about building something nobody can take away. And here's the kicker. When you hunt success with everything you've got, happiness sneaks in through the back door. It's not the goal, it's the reward. So today, we're flipping the script. No more chasing rainbows. We're going to talk about hunting like a wolf, focused, relentless, unstoppable. I'm going to break down why the happiness myth is holding you back, how to shift your mindset to a hunter's edge, and the exact tools you need to start building your empire today. This isn't fluffy self-help nonsense. This is a battle plan forged in the fire of Wall Street and backed by the wisdom of legends like Napoleon Hill. By the time we're done, you'll be ready to ditch the feel-good fairy tale and start claiming what's yours. So buckle up, because we're diving in. Who's ready to stop chasing and start hunting? The happiness myth exposed. All right, let's cut through the noise. Society's been feeding you a lie since you were old enough to dream, and it's time to call it out. They tell you happiness is the holy grail. Find your bliss, follow your heart, chase that warm glow like it's the key to everything. Bullshit. Happiness is a fleeting emotion, gone faster than a cheap high. You want proof? Think about the last time you felt happy. Maybe it was a big win, a night out, a new toy. Felt great, didn't it? For what? A day? A week? Then what? You're back to square one, chasing the next hit like a junkie. That's not a life. It's a treadmill, and I'm here to get you off it. Napoleon Hill, the godfather of success, said it best: success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Notice he didn't say happiness, he said success. Why? Because success is something you can measure, something you can build, something you can own. Happiness. It's like trying to bottle the wind. You can't plan for it, you can't force it, and the harder you chase it, the further it slips away. Hill knew the truth. Focus on a purpose, a goal, a vision, and you'll find meaning that outlasts any mood swing. That's what we're talking about today, hunting a target that's real, not some fairy tale feeling. Let's break it down. Why does chasing happiness screw you over? First, it's unpredictable. You can't control when you feel it or how long it lasts. You land a big deal, awesome. You're on top of the world. Then your car breaks down, or your boss chews you out and poof, it's gone. Second, it's shallow. Happiness tied to a moment, a vacation, a paycheck, a like on your post fades fast. It's like building your life on sand. Third, and this is the big one, chasing happiness makes you weak. You're at the mercy of your emotions, bending over backwards to feel good instead of doing what it takes to win. You know who doesn't fall for this trap? The guy who's out there hunting, building a business, stacking cash, carving out freedom. He's not waiting for a good mood to get moving. He's moving to build something that matters. So, what's the alternative? You stop chasing and start hunting. Hunting means you've got a target. Success, power, freedom, and you're locked in, laser focused, ready to do whatever it takes. It's not about feeling good. It's about being good. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and knowing that every step you take is building something bigger than a moment. Hill talked about definiteness of purpose, knowing exactly what you want and going after it with everything you've got. That's the hunter's mindset. You don't hope for success, you hunt it down. Here's a quick reality check. Ask yourself, what am I chasing right now? Is it a feeling or is it a legacy? If you're running after happiness, you're probably coming up empty, wondering why life feels like a hamster wheel. But if you're hunting success, a business, a skill, a win, you're stacking victories that last. You're not just living, you're dominating. That's the shift we're making today. Stop asking, will this make me happy? Start asking, will this make me unstoppable? That's the question that changes the game. And don't think this means you'll never smile again. The irony, when you hunt success, when you're out there building, winning, owning your life, happiness shows up uninvited. It's not the goal, it's the bonus. You close a deal, you see your bank account grow, you look in the mirror and know you're a force. That's when you feel it, deep and real, not some cheap thrill that fades by lunch. So let's ditch the happiness myth and get ready to hunt. Next up, I'm gonna show you the mindset that turns you into a predator, ready to take what's yours. The mindset of a hunter. Now we're getting to the good stuff, the engine that drives the whole damn operation. If you want to stop chasing happiness and start hunting success, you need a mindset that's sharper than a switchblade and tougher than steel. This isn't about warm fuzzies or positive vibes. This is about becoming a predator in the game of life, focused, relentless, and wired for the kill. Success doesn't come to those who wait for it. It comes to those who hunt it down day after day, no excuses. Let's break down how you build that hunter's mindset and make it your own so you can start stacking wins like a Wall Street king. Napoleon Hill called it burning desire, a fire in your gut that doesn't quit. That's the core of the hunter's mindset. You don't just want success, you're obsessed with it. It's the first thing you think about when you wake up and the last thing on your mind when you hit the pillow. But desire alone isn't enough. It's got to be sharp, specific, and pointed at a target. You can't hunt something cool. You've got to know exactly what you're after. $1 million in the bank, a business that runs itself, a name that people respect. Get clear, get focused, and lock in. Hill said, a definite purpose backed by a burning desire for its fulfillment is the starting point of all achievement. That's your compass, and it's pointing straight at victory. So how do you build this mindset? Well, step one, define your prey. Sit down right now, grab a pen, a napkin, whatever, and write down one thing you want to achieve in the next year. Not some vague, be happy nonsense. Something real. I'm launching a business that makes $100K by December. I'm getting that corner office by summer. Make it specific, measurable, and bold enough to make your pulse race. That's your target. Keep it in front of you, on your mirror, your phone, your fridge. Every day, you're reminded, this is what I'm hunting. Step two, visualize the kill. Hunters don't just wander around hoping for a win. They see it before it happens. Close your eyes and picture yourself nailing that goal. See the office, the handshake, the zeros in your bank account. Feel the weight of it, the pride, the power, the freedom. Make it so real. You can taste it. I used to do this before every big deal on Wall Street. I'd sit in my car, close my eyes, and see the client signing. Hear the yes, feel the rush. By the time I walked in, it wasn't a pitch, it was a done deal. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, so use that to your advantage. Visualize every day, and you're halfway to winning before you start. Step three, move like a predator. Hunters don't hesitate, they act, they don't overthink, they execute. You've got your target, you've seen the win, now go. Break your goal into steps. Want that business? Start with a plan today. Want that promotion? Book a meeting with your boss tomorrow. Every move gets you closer to the kill. And here's the key. Don't wait to feel ready. Hunters don't need perfect conditions. They strike when the moment's right. Hill talked about taking action immediately. No delays, no excuses. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. Let's talk about what happens when you don't have this mindset. I knew a guy smart, talented, had it all on paper, but he was a chaser, not a hunter. He'd talk about finding balance and waiting for the right moment. Guess where he is now? Still waiting, still stuck, still wondering why life passed him by. That's what chasing happiness does. It keeps you soft, passive, hoping for a break. Hunters don't hope, they hunt. They see the target, they move, they win. One last thing. Hunters don't quit. You're gonna hit walls, rejections, failures, days when you feel like you're bleeding out. That's the hunt. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. When I lost everything, money, reputation, freedom, I could have given up, but I didn't. I locked in on a new target, rebuilding my life, and hunted it down. You've got that same fire in you. You just need to unleash it. So here's your takeaway. Stop chasing. Start hunting. Define your goal. See it, move on it. And don't stop until it's yours. That's the mindset that builds empires. Next, I'm taking you back to Wall Street for a story that'll show you what hunting success really looks like. Jordan 6 Wall Street Hunt. All right, let's take a trip back to 1993, when I was a young wolf tearing up Wall Street, hungry for the kill. I'm sitting in a conference room that smells like money and mahogany, facing a room full of sharks, big-time investors who'd rather eat me for lunch than hand over a dime. This wasn't just any deal, it was a make-or-break moment, the kind that could catapult my firm, Stratton Oakmont, into the stratosphere, or send me back to the drawing board. The lead guy, call him Mr. Moneybags, is a Wall Street legend. All steely eyes and zero patience. He's got the kind of vibe that says, impress me, kid, or get out. Most brokers would have crumbled, chasing his approval like a dog after a bone. Not me. I wasn't chasing anything. I was hunting. And this is the story of how I turned a room of skeptics into believers by acting like the deal was already mine. The meeting starts and Mr. Moneybags hits me with a jab right out the gate. Belfort, why should I bet on you? You're a nobody. Room goes quiet, all eyes on me. A chaser would have panicked, started spewing stats or begging for a chance. I didn't. I leaned back, flashed a grin and said, you're right, I'm not a name yet. But I'm the guy who's gonna double your money while the big names play it safe. Bold. Hell yeah. But it wasn't bravado, it was certainty. In my head, I'd already closed this deal. I'd seen the signatures, felt the handshake, counted the zeros. That's the hunter's edge. You don't hope for the win, you expect it. I didn't dive into a pitch like some desperate salesman. Instead, I asked questions, sharp ones. What's your biggest win been this year? What's the one move you wish you'd made? I got him talking, opening up about his goals, his frustrations. Hunters don't just talk. They listen, they stalk. They find the weak spot. Halfway through, he's venting about a deal that tanked, and I see my opening. I slide a single page across the table. Not a flashy presentation, just hard numbers showing how my strategy crushed the market. This, I said, is what I do. Not promises, results. No fluff, no chase, just a kill shot. Then came the curveball. One of his cronies pipes up. Your track record's short. How do I know you're not a fluke? A chaser would have flinched, backpedaled, maybe thrown out some weak excuse. I didn't blink. I locked eyes with the guy and said, flukes don't build empires. You want safe? Go buy bonds. You want to win big? You're looking at him. The room laughed, tension broken, and I knew I had them. I kept the vibe loose but lethal, painting a picture of what their portfolios could look like with me in their corner. I wasn't selling, I was partnering, acting like we were already in this together. By the end, Mr. Moneybags didn't just sign. He handed me a check bigger than I dared to hope for and said, don't make me regret this, Belfort. I didn't. That deal turned Stratton into a juggernaut. Here's why it worked. I didn't chase their approval, I hunted their trust. I walked in with a hunter's mindset. Clear target, total focus, no doubt. I knew my stuff cold so I could move with confidence. I listened, adapted, and struck when the moment was right. That's what hunting success looks like, calculated, relentless, and unshakable. I wasn't there to feel good, I was there to win. And when you hunt like that, the world doesn't just notice, it follows. This story's not just about me, it's about you. You've got a deal, a goal, a moment waiting for you to step up and hunt it down. It might be a pitch, a job, a dream you've been sitting on. Whatever it is, stop chasing validation and start claiming victory. Walk in like you've already won, back it up with the goods, and watch the room bend to your will. That's the hunter's way, and it's how legends are made. The Success Hunter 6 Toolkit. Now we're getting to the meat of it, the tools you need to hunt success, like a damn predator. This isn't theory, this is the practical, No BS playbook. I used to build an empire on Wall Street, and it's what you're going to use to build yours. Hunting success isn't about luck or talent. It's about strategy, discipline, and the right gear. You wouldn't go into the jungle with a butter knife, right? Same deal here. You need a toolkit that's sharp, reliable, and ready to strike. I'm giving you the exact steps to lock in your target, stalk it, and take it down so you can start building your empire today. Let's unpack this arsenal. Tool hash. 1. The success blueprint. Every hunter needs a map. Your first move is to create a success blueprint, a crystal clear plan for what you're hunting. Grab a notebook and write down your big goal. I'm launching a $500K business by next year. Then break it into smaller kills, monthly, weekly, daily. Want that business? Day 1, research your market. Day 2, draft a pitch. Week 1, make 10 calls. This isn't dreaming, it's plotting. Napoleon Hill called it organized planning, and it's the backbone of every win. My blueprint in the early days was simple. Make 100 calls a day, close 10 deals a week, hit $1 million a year. It wasn't sexy, but it was specific, and it kept me locked on target. Write your blueprint tonight, and don't let a day pass without hitting one step. Tool hash 2, time mastery. Hunters don't waste time, they weaponize it. Success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Block your day into chunks. Mornings for high-impact moves like calls or pitches, afternoons for planning, evenings for learning. Cut out the noise, social media, Netflix, whatever's eating your hours. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. Not because I loved it, but because it gave me an edge. 2 hours of focused work before the world woke up. That's power. Try this for 1 week. Track every hour. You'll be shocked how much time you're leaking. Plug those holes and you'll outpace everyone chasing happy hour. Tool hash 3, strategic networking. No hunter goes it alone. You need a pack. Surround yourself with winners, mentors, peers, people who push you to level up and on Wall Street. I didn't just pitch clients. I built relationships with players who opened doors. How? I showed up where they were, conferences, bars, golf courses, and brought value, not just a handshake. Find one person this week who's where you want to be. Email them, call them, offer something, a coffee, an idea, a favor. Don't ask for anything, build trust. One good connection can unlock a year's worth of wins. Tool hash 4, calculated risks. Hunters don't play it safe, they strike. Success means taking risks, but not dumb ones. Before every big move on Wall Street, I'd ask, what's the upside? What's the downside? Can I live with the worst case? If the reward outweighed the risk, I'd go all in. Want to pitch a big client? Risk rejection, but the upside could be game-changing. Want to start a side hustle? Risk some nights and weekends for a shot at freedom. Practice this next time you're scared to act. Write down the best and worst case scenarios. If the worst isn't fatal, pull the trigger. That's how you turn fear into fuel. Tool hash 5, relentless execution. The best plan's useless if you don't move. Hunters don't overthink. They act. Every day, pick one action that moves you closer to your goal. Doesn't have to be huge. Send an email. Make a call, learn a skill. I built Stratton by making calls when everyone else was at lunch. Small moves done consistently. Stack up fast. Try this, commit to one hunt action every morning for 30 days. By day 31, you'll be a machine. Real world proof. Back in my early days, I was nobody, a kid from Queens with a phone and a dream. But I had a blueprint, managed my time like a general, networked with the big dogs, took risks nobody else would, and executed like my life depended on it. Result, millions in deals, a firm that shook Wall Street, and a name nobody could ignore. This toolkit isn't theory, it's battle tested. Your move, start building your toolkit today. Write your blueprint. Cut the time wasters. Connect with a winner. Take a smart risk. And execute every damn day. That's how you hunt success. That's how you build an empire. Next, we'll talk about dodging the traps that'll try to pull you back into chasing happiness. Avoiding the happiness chasers' sickest mistakes. All right, let's get real and rip the Band-Aid off. You're fired up, ready to hunt success like a wolf, but the world's full of traps waiting to drag you back into the happiness chasing game. These aren't just mistakes, they're deal breakers, dream killers, the kind of slip-ups that turn a predator into prey. Most people don't fail because they're not smart or talented.
They fail because they fall into these rookie traps, chasing fleeting feelings instead of building something solid. I've seen it on Wall Street, and I've seen it in life. Good people with big dreams tripping over their own feet. But you're not going to be one of them. I'm giving you the map to dodge these pitfalls and keep your eyes on the prize. Let's break down the biggest mistakes happiness chasers make and how to sidestep them like a pro.
Mistake hash 1. Seeking instant gratification. Chasers are addicted to quick hits, likes on social media, a night out, a new gadget, thinking it'll fill the void. It's like eating candy for dinner. Feels good for a minute, then you're starving. Hunters play the long game. They know success takes time, grit, and delayed gratification. I passed on parties to make calls, skipped vacations to close deals. Want to dodge this trap. Swap short-term highs for long-term wins. Next time you're tempted to binge Netflix instead of working on your goal, ask, is this moving me closer to my empire? If not, cut it. Commit to 1 hour a day on your blueprint. No distractions, just progress. Mistake hash 2, procrastination. Chasers wait for the perfect moment to act, when they feel motivated, when the stars align. Newsflash, that moment never comes. Hunters don't wait, they move. Napoleon Hill said, don't wait, they move. Napoleon Hill said, don't wait, that time will never be just right. I built Stratton by picking up the phone every day, even when I was tired, broke, or scared. Procrastination is fear in disguise, fear of failure, fear of looking dumb. Kill it by acting small but immediate. Got a goal, do one thing today, send an email, make a call, write a plan. Momentum kills procrastination, and hunters live for momentum. Mistake hash 3, fearing failure. Chasers are terrified of screwing up, so they play it safe, stick to what's comfortable, and never take the shot. Hunters, they know failure is part of the hunt. Every no is a step closer to yes. When I pitched deals on Wall Street, I got rejected more times than I can count. Did I cry about it? Hell no, I learned, adjusted, and kept swinging. Failure's not the enemy. Sitting still is. To dodge this trap, reframe failure as feedback. Next time you bomb a pitch, an interview, whatever, write down one lesson and use it to sharpen your game. Hunters don't fear the miss. They reload and fire again. Mistake hash 4, comparing yourself to others. Chasers are obsessed with everyone else's highlight reel, who's got the better car, the bigger house, the shinier Instagram. It's a distraction that kills focus. Hunters don't compare, they compete with themselves. Hill talked about mastering your own mind, not chasing someone else's life on Wall Street. I didn't care about the guy with the fancier suit. I cared about being better than I was yesterday. Stop scrolling, stop envying, start measuring your progress against your own goals. Try this for 1 week, track your wins. No matter how small, you'll see you're moving faster than you think. Mistake hash 5, ignoring the small wins. Chasers want the big score, the $1 million, the corner office right now. They overlook the small steps that build empires. Hunters celebrate every kill, no matter the size. A call that lands a meeting, that's a win. A plan you stick to for a week, that's a win. I didn't build Stratton in a day. I stacked small victories, every client, every deal, until they snowballed into millions. To avoid this trap, track your daily progress. Keep a journal and write down one thing you did to hunt your goal. Those small wins compound, and before you know it, you're standing on a mountain. Real world proof. I knew a guy, let's call him Mike. Smart, driven, but a classic chaser. He'd jump from one happy idea to another. New job, new side hustle, new city, always looking for the quick fix. He'd procrastinate, fear failing, compare himself to the big shots, and ignore the small steps. Result, he's still spinning his wheels. Then there's me. I dodge these traps by staying focused, acting fast, learning from flops, ignoring the Joneses, and stacking small wins. That's why I went from a nobody to a name. You can too. These traps are everywhere, but they're not inevitable. Stay sharp, stay focused, and keep hunting. You're not a chaser, you're a closer. Now let's wrap this up and send you out to build your empire. Conclusion, become the wolf. All right, we've been through the fire together, tearing down the happiness myth, building a hunter's mindset, unpacking the tools to stack wins, and dodging the traps that drag most people down. Now it's time to bring it home. Light a fire under you
and send you out to hunt like the wolf you were born to be. This isn't just a video, it's a wake-up call. The world's not gonna hand you success on a silver platter. Happiness isn't gonna save you. You've gotta go out there, lock in on your target and take it. And I know you can because you're still here, ready to make it happen. So let's seal this deal and get you moving.
Here's the truth. Success isn't a feeling. It's a fortress. It's the life you build, the freedom you earn, the legacy you leave. Chasing happiness keeps you running in circles, but hunting success puts you in the driver's seat. You've got the blueprint now. Define your goal, visualize the win, act every day, and dodge the traps that trip up the chasers. It's not complicated, but it's not easy either. It takes guts, discipline, and a hunger that doesn't quit. That's what makes you a wolf. Not waiting for permission, not hoping for a break, but going after what's yours with everything you've got. So here's your mission. Stop watching. Start doing right now. Grab a pen and write down one goal, one thing you're gonna hunt down this month. Maybe it's landing a new client, starting that business, or just making 10 calls a week. Make it real. Make it yours. Then take one step today. Doesn't have to be huge. Just has to be now. Send an email. Make a plan. Cut out one distraction. That's how you start. That's how you build momentum. And when the doubts creep in, when the world tries to pull you back to chasing happy vibes, you look in the mirror and say, I'm a hunter. I don't chase. I take. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The life you want, the empire you're dreaming of. It's out there waiting, but it's not gonna come to you. You gotta hunt it down, tooth and claw, like the wolf you are. I did it. Turned a kid from Queens into a Wall Street legend by refusing to chase and choosing to hunt. You've got that same fire in you. I can feel it. So go. Hunt your success. Build your empire. Become the wolf. The world's waiting to see what you're made of. Show them.